rock stars. It's been a while, huh? He's on time.
Keep moving.
Keep
moving
moving.
on.
What's everybody up to? We'll just give it a few minutes and let some people know that we're live so they can come in the chat room and hang.
Shouldn't we be testing the sound system that you got?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Tomato.
Too many high-tech hiccups, right?
No. It has nothing to do with high-tech hiccups. It has to do with the fact that the system is being migrated to a new system, so we want to make sure that it works right. So we're not going to be messing around with anything like that. We're just going to let some people know that we are live so they can join us in the chat. Usually we're downstairs for those of you who are familiar with us. But tonight we're just going to give you... Excuse me.
Keep talking.
Turn it off.
Pay no attention to what's going on over here.
Okay, he's going to be a smarty pants. Here we go. Yeah. The little usual suspects are starting to form. They're starting to show up.
Oh, there's one of the usual suspects.
Yep.
Hi, Sonny.
Hi, Sonny.
Hi, buddy.
Hi, bud.
Where's Numby? Numby's under here.
Oh, Numby's because I'm in Numby's place. That's why.
Do you want to come up here and sit on your mother's lap? Oh,
jeez. No.
Oh.
Hi, bud. Come on.
There she is.
Come on. Oh, there she is.
There she is. Hi, Numby.
Numby's arrived.
Don't be standing in the way.
I'm not. Hello, Mary Ellen. Welcome in. Give it a couple more minutes here, and we'll see who else shows up.
So we have been watching the Winter Olympics from Italy.
He's driving me nuts.
We've seen record-breaking performances by many athletes this time around. The U.S. has not got as many gold medals as other people, but they got some gold.
Oh, look at that. That's cool. Ooh, I like that. This is the Rumble software that we're using. Not you. No. This is the Rumble software that we're using right now, and I could show
that's
comments.
Nice.
That's cool.
Very nice.
Very cool indeed. Couple more minutes.
See if I can turn a little lights on.
Yeah, throw on some more lights.
Lighten the place up a little bit more.
Yeah. You two are so funny together. Thanks, girlfriend. That means a lot. Appreciate you. Oh.
How's that better?
Yeah, not really, but.
Not really, but what?
Not really.
I think that looks okay.
All right. Got a good number of followers in here now. I think we can continue. So.
Why are we here?
5 years on YouTube is why we're here. 5 years, you guys. 5 years. This is insane. Absolutely nuts. I can't believe that we're doing this 5 years. The little backstory to our channel is, so we started doing this a while ago on different channels and stuff. We didn't really get very serious about it until 2021, thanks to COVID. So here we are 5 years later, and wow, has it been a good 5 years, wouldn't you say?
Well, yeah, we were down for a whole year for COVID, and then we started our channel.
That was bad.
Up and running because we were so excited to travel again.
Yeah, we were very excited.
And it genuinely took us until September of 2021 to start doing international travel again.
Right.
So we're really at, 5.5 years at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Since September of 2021.
Yeah.
And, you can go back to our channel and you can start at the very beginning. Hey, tell me this. In our playlist, do we have one that says play all?
Yes, we do. We do.
So I noticed this feature on a couple of other channels along the way.
Yes.
Where you can go into the playlist. There's a playlist that will just start at the very beginning and show you every video a creator has ever made in order.
Ruthie's viewing. No, Mary Ellen, who died? I don't really pay attention much to of anything. This is really cool. I like
Subscribe to our channel. Everyone hit the like button.
Yeah.
If you want more, Nightbot will tell you where to find it.
I don't know who you're referring to, girlfriend. You'll have to tell me. Anyhow, so 5 years ago, we started doing this YouTube thing thanks to COVID. Want to thank our friends Daniel and Yuka over in Japan for getting us into this.
Daniel just got out of the hospital.
Our friend Daniel did just get out of the hospital.
Daniel,
yeah, he'll be okay. He will be quite all right. Wow, that's weird. Okay. So 5 years ago, I think our first episode we ever did. Any idea?
Well, I just said the first international travel we did was September of 2021.
That's right, you did. I wasn't paying attention.
We were probably making videos before that. I think in June of 2021, did we go to Colorado?
We did. 21? We did.
We tried to squeeze some stateside trips in there because international travel was off of the table.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got to visit Breckenridge and Aspen and Denver, and it was a really good time.
I don't know why I don't remember her, Mary Ellen. I'm drawing a blank. Yeah, Colorado. And when we first started doing this is the funny part of it all. We first started doing this. We didn't know what we were doing. We were just throwing up little clips here and there. So if you go back in our playlist and you look up Colorado, we have like 1 minute segments, 2 minute segments, because prior to us doing this, we used to go on Facebook Live all the time. Or we would go on Facebook and post little clips. Hey, Lady Spitfire Kick-Ass, blah, blah, blah. That's because we used to have a podcast where we would interview bands from around the world, and we would do them on Spreaker. Do you remember that?
I know what Spreaker is.
That was fun. We even had an internet radio station prior to doing this, and we had a lot of fun with it while it lasted. We really did. But now we're here. 5 years later, 34,000 plus subs, over 1.2 million views.
A lot of people have seen our stuff.
They have. We can't even go anywhere without somebody saying, I watch you guys. Mm-hmm. I'll be like, okay, who are you? Especially when we get the ones from TikTok. Those are the mind-blowing ones because TikTok, I don't even know half the people on there. But that's how we got connected to Barletta's when we ate at Barletta's for the first time.
Yes, June of 21 is when we did Colorado, and that's when travel was really just starting to come back. Mm-hmm. In 2020, of course, we had nothing except for a 4-night honeymoon.
Yes, Vermont.
We went to Vermont and New Hampshire and Connecticut.
That was cool.
That was our big getaway in 2020. But in 2021, we tried to do some stateside stuff because international travel was still not open. And if you went back to the beginning of our channel and hit play all,
right,
that's about where you would start with video content.
That was really cool though when we did that. That was really cool because
we started in June and we ended up on the 4th of July with Red Rocks concert.
Yeah.
And we got to see what's the name of the band that plays at Red Rocks every 4th of July?
That would be Blues Traveler. But that was really cool when we first started doing it because we had no idea what we were doing, and we figured, all right, eventually we'll get the kick of it. The knack of it, I should say.
Well, we did have what was an extended tax season again in 2021. So all the 2020 tax returns, they they extended the due date until May the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to work right up until May the 15th with the extended due date.
Right.
And yeah, I think that Colorado, we had a couple of great stops there.
Oh, we did.
And
We did.
granted, it was the summertime, so it really wasn't ski season. But we got one of those hotels where you park right underneath the log cabin
Mm-hmm.
and take the elevator up to your room.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
That
room,
was cool.
beautiful
That
view.
was cool.
And at that time of year, the lifts are still open, so that you can go to the top of the mountain and get some sightseeing.
That was wild.
And we did the lifts in Breckenridge, and then we did them in Aspen, and there was one more stop along the way where we did a gondola ride. Anyways, that was a highlight of 2021. Just getting back to traveling. September, we had to do the thing where you do the COVID tests on the way to Canada.
That was
and then
bad.
COVID tests on the way out of Canada.
That was bad.
And where did we go? But the the site of the 2010 Winter Olympics, Vancouver and Whistler.
Right. Right.
Rode a lot of seaplanes along the way. They had a gondola up there too. And at the top of the one mountain, there was bears that were just waking up from hibernation.
Right.
And fast forward to November and December of 2025, just this past year, they had a black bear problem in Japan, and they had to close some of the public parks because of a threat of black bear attacks.
Yeah.
So those bears, you got any in your neighborhood, Lucia?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen them.
You haven't seen any bears?
You both have done a great job with your travels and sightseeing videos together. Oh, you're too sweet. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Ellen.
Thank you, Mare. That was fun when we worked together, though, Mare. That was a lot of fun. Anywho, house, Pushpa.
Pushpa.
We're sitting here, and both cats are reported for duty. We'll show you where the other one is. I don't want to disturb them. But this one is our pumpkin puss. Hey, President.
El Presidente.
Yep, El Presidente and El Mama, wherever she is. Your head's in the way.
Am I still in the frame?
Yeah, for now.
I hope so.
Yeah, for now. But we're very excited because this is the time of year where we don't really put out a lot of content. But we did happen to go out for Valentine's Day last night, which I thought was really, really nice. It was nice to finally get out of the house. Last night we went to Double Cut at Kalahari for supper. Oh. And
the food was delicious.
The food was dynamite. There was nothing wrong with the food. Not at all. The problem that I had was when the server tries too hard and you can't be accommodated because you're dropping $313. Yeah, I didn't.
We were just made to feel uncomfortable, that's all.
Yeah, it wasn't right.
Right.
Nope. But after that, we went over to Mount Airy, and we got to see the Bon Jovi tribute act, Slippery When Wet, New Jersey. That was really fun. And we enjoyed ourselves. The band is performing over 30 years now, and their piano guy, Sean Faust, really delivered with David Brian Rashbaum as well as the rest of the band. When I was on the barricade with our friend Denise, I got a good look at the bassist, and I hate to tell you, he did look like Alec John Such. He really did. Oh. He kind of had a cross of Tico in him, along with the drummer, but he really made the faces like Alec used to make. I really liked that. That was funny. But
Another of our stateside trips was Boston in May of 2021. So when we went to Boston, we actually got to visit the Boston Tea Party Museum.
Oh, that was interesting.
And we got to throw cases of tea over the side of the boat.
Yeah, that was fun.
We had a tour of Fenway Park.
We did.
We got to see behind the Green Monster.
Yeah. That was my ex-father-in-law's favorite place in the world was Fenway Park. All he wanted to do was just sit on a green bench and just take it all in. He was the biggest diehard I ever met with the Boston Red Sox. But whenever the Yankees would play, I would always get thrown out of the house. Best day of my life when I got thrown out.
Oh, best day of my life.
Yeah, getting thrown out of my ex-father-in-law's house.
Out you go.
Because then I didn't have to deal with him anymore.
Good.
We've gone to some pretty sick adventures. What was your favorite in 2021 when we first... Now, don't forget, we've been traveling since 2015. We've had other YouTube channels. We've had other channels and stuff. But in 2021, when we first started doing this, what was your favorite adventure?
Well, like I said, we started off with getting our feet wet again with travel and making videos. And if you look at our Boston videos, we've gotten better since then. But each time that we do go away, we pack a lot into a day and we publish a video a day. Mm-hmm. It's sometimes an account of what we did all day long.
Right.
And oftentimes it's there to give people inspiration that, you could do this trip yourself. Put some gas in the car and drive to Boston and you can see all the same stuff that we see.
So the adventures where we go, what would you say your answer to why you picked the destination where we go?
Why?
Mm-hmm. Why?
Well, as you mentioned, we are addicted to the Olympics.
Well, you're more addicted. I just got addicted this year.
And what happens when a city hosts the Olympics, they always build extra infrastructure.
Oh, yeah.
And make it more likable to a worldwide audience.
Oh, yeah.
So this is one of the things that all of the places that we've gotten to visit kind of have in common.
Yeah.
They have good public transportation. They have things to do other than sports. They have museums that are dedicated to some of the Olympic past. And there's often interesting food.
Joe Hub from Australia is tuned in, and the one and only,
Daniel
the people who put us on YouTube, Daniel and Yuka, live from Japan.
And we're praying for a speedy recovery.
Yes, Daniel. Speedy
Daniel.
recovery for you.
And thank you for the videos of Luna and her teeth popping.
Oh,
that made my heart melt.
We love your kids. We love you guys. And if it wasn't for you, and I know you're going to blush, Daniel, but if it wasn't for you sitting in that izakaya with Yuka and all these girls, I don't think we would have ever got really into doing
Me
YouTube.
Japan.
Yeah, with me Japan. Hey, Dave Patrizi. Oh, Dave Patrizi's in the house. Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Dave Patrizi has started a group called the Content Creators Group.
Okay.
Where you can share your content. Of course, I got lazy and I didn't post my link in there, but he's doing really good with it. So the dad effect is him and his kid. Absolutely hysterical. Nah. I can't get enough of it. Oh, that's nice of you, Joel. Oh, what's this? We're getting an update from Lena in Georgia. Oh, she's in the school email, everybody. There's my niece on the school email. That is so cool. Way to go, Lena. Our niece is going to pharmacy school in Georgia, and we're going to be seeing her later this year. Nagano got a lot of tourism upgrades after hosting the Winter Olympics. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. We had a great time in Nagano. That was just a weekend trip. That wasn't enough.
And Sapporo, of course, even since 1972, they still have great infrastructure
Sapporo
because
is
they hosted
fun.
the Winter Olympics.
How's the snow situation out there, Daniel, in Sapporo? They got hammered.
They got hammered.
Wow.
But not so much in Tokyo. They had some flurries, I think.
We have a lot of great adventures coming up this year. We're going to do a crew, or we're going to just tell you about the adventures as they're coming up. We're not going to give away all of them because I think one might be a shock. I don't know, but our next cruise coming up is in 83 days.
Oh, I can't wait that long.
Yes, you can. We're going to be going on, yes, Sapporo is a beer, Joe. It also comes in non-alcoholic, and we also got to visit the Sapporo Beer Factory, which was fun. Our next cruise is going to be Norwegian Pearl. We're going from Piraeus, Greece to Mykonos. Mykonos to Catacolone, which is new for us. Corfu is new for us. And Kotor is new for us. We're also going to Split. We're also going to Slovenia. That's brand new for us. We're going to 4 new spots, 2 new countries.
How about it?
And then we're going to land in Ravenna, Italy, which is Venice. That's in 83 days. Norwegian Pearl is one of the Jewel class ships. Talk to you later, Joel. And it's very similar to the Norwegian Gem. We've been on the Norwegian Gem before.
Through the Panama Canal?
Through the Panama Canal, that's right. And what we loved so much about that ship was it wasn't overhyped like Luna was, and it had a radicchio on the ship. We love radicchio. Radicchio's our favorite dish. Steakhouse. Yeah, it's a Brazilian steakhouse. I think Gem overall had a lot of great features. Not only that, but I think we did well with the shows that they had on the ship. And the food, we had no problems with the food at all that we enjoyed throughout the course of the ship.
So we're looking forward to going back to Greece. We love Greece. We spent a whole week on the island of Paros last year. And this time we're going to spend a couple of days in Athens before the cruise.
Yeah.
And this is after Lena's white coat ceremony in Atlanta,
When we get to Georgia, and I know he's not here in the chat, so I'm going to tell you all, we are actually going to party crash the home of Eddie and his wife, Mama Lugo. I forgot her name.
Near Atlanta.
Near Atlanta, yeah. So
they were just on my feed.
Yeah, I know. I forgot. Alice. Oh, sorry.
See?
We're going to crash their house for the pregame before we get on the cruise. Before we get on the plane, get on the cruise. We're going to do an episode with them. We're going to hang out. And, then we'll be off to Lena's white coat and then on the ship. I don't think we've ever flown out of Georgia. I think when was the last time we went through Georgia? Because you and I did nothing but complain about that airport.
Wasn't that on the way to the Panama Canal? Remember no, that was on the way to Rio.
Ah, yes.
They shortened our window.
They
Usually,
did.
If we buy airfare, there's 2-hour layover, like minimum at an airport.
Right.
We don't want to be doing the O.J. Simpson jog through the airport, rushing from one gate to another. But this time here, we had the 2 hours, and then they shortened it to 1 hour and 5 minutes in between flights. Well, we ended up upgrading our seats just so we could sit in front of the plane and not have to wait another 10. Because face it, Atlanta is a big international airport, and the domestic flights land right here, and then the international flights land way over there and take off from where we. So there's a lot of time in between at the Atlanta airport.
Sapporo and Northern Kanto. Maury had crazy powder dumps over 1.5 meters.
Yeah, 10 feet of snow.
Dang. Well, I'm glad it wasn't you guys, Daniel. That's for sure. I'm glad it wasn't you guys.
So be careful with the layovers.
Yeah.
And
give yourself enough time.
Here's another tip for you about the cruises that Norwegian has. Since they're booking most of the airport, they require you to go there a day
before.
ahead of time.
Yep.
because so many crazy delays have happened at airports around the world.
When we went to Alaska,
gotta have extra time.
We made the mistake to go the day of. We almost missed our cruise.
We were that close to missing the cruise. They actually held the ship for us. We were 2 days without any fresh clothes because our luggage got sent off to Anchorage.
Buddy, do you want some money? I'll help you get some clothes. That was funny.
How about a T-shirt and a toothbrush? There you go.
I think somebody handed you $50 and you're like, no, man. You're like, I don't want your money.
So these are the things that we live and learn when we are traveling. And we'll pass the recommendations along to you. Give you some advice along the way about making connections, finding good food, and just making the vacation day interesting.
Exactly.
We did get to stay at Daniel and Yuka's.
Oh, man.
Newest Airbnb.
I love their properties. I enjoyed the apartment.
Rakunayan home.
And they made us feel good. And they made us feel so at home at the house
that we can't wait to return there and stay again. But here's what we did while we were there. We didn't book, reservations ahead of time or appointments for this or that. We decided that there was one thing that we wanted to do or one place that we wanted to go to eat each day, and us just making our way there. For example, we went to the Tokyo Metro Museum.
We did. Now that was cool. That was
the cutest little $3 museum you ever saw.
Before I met you, I had no interest in the Olympics because they're in Mom's country. God bless her soul. I'm well into it now. Like, I have people that I like as far as like the Olympians and stuff like that. The Metro Museum, everybody knows Lucia despises, we won't use the H word, the New York subway. But I always enjoy going to the
Asian countries
and getting on the subway and being able to go anywhere. Because when you're out there, you could be on your phone, but it has to be silent. You can't talk on it. You can't, nothing. So the experience that we get when we're on the New York subway versus overseas.
They're going to put together a Facebook post that has all of the different city subways that we've been on all around the world.
You should.
Because there have been some interesting stops along the way.
Yep.
We particularly enjoyed the Metro Museum and the sushi bar, the little quaint family-run sushi bar that was right near the Metro Museum. Of course, you get off of the train, and there's lights, and there's sounds, and there's signs, and everybody's trying to lure you in every direction. And I looked over in this one direction, and I said, that's the place that we
even the little restaurants that were right in the neighborhood of Daniel and Yuka's Airbnb.
I can't wait to go back and get some of that yakitori.
So, when we were on the Japanese cruise, we met this couple. They let us in. We used what do you call it? Hey, Cruising Chris, what's going on? I was wondering who hit the Wanderlust button. Cruising Chris is really cool too. I haven't met him. You were saying? When we were on the cruise, we went in this little izakaya, met this amazing, beautiful Japanese couple, and they didn't want to wait on us.
Ishigaki.
Yeah, and they didn't want to wait on us, but then they figured it out, and guess what? We made a beautiful friendship with them. But then when we went to the little izakayas in Daniel and Yuka's neighborhood, they made us feel at home.
Narimasu.
Yeah, in Narimasu. Like they made us feel at home. I've never felt more at home in Japan than I do right here in Tanglewood.
And this was such a quaint little neighborhood. They had a Chinese restaurant. We probably ate there 2 or 3 times along the way because everything was so delicious from there.
Right.
Across the street from there was the first izakaya that we went to. But
I miss her.
They didn't have the grill to grill the skewers.
No.
So most of your meat on a stick over there was prepared other than being grilled. But if you walked up the street another block or two, on the other side of the street, there was a yakitori restaurant with meat on a stick. And we actually ate across the street from there. And while we were there, you ordered a soda. Well, they ran out of soda. They went to her shop across the street to borrow some soda. And then she came over and sat down with us at the other restaurant.
On the Olympics right now, if you're watching, it's Snoop Dogg with one of the Olympians from Beijing. He just handed her gold medal from Beijing. And he's all decked out in USA, and he's got a jacket dedicated to her. It's a most beautiful thing. I can actually show you guys this.
Show me.
I don't know if you guys can see it or not. The lighting's bad.
There's Snoop.
But look at them. Who would have ever thought that Snoop Dogg would be at the Olympics? He's definitely getting paid big bucks for that. Definitely.
Well, he is showcasing what is a world event, and he's doing what he does best, entertaining people.
Oh, yeah. He's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
So we are excited about our cruise coming up there. We get to visit some Greek islands. We're going to hang out in Athens. We're going to visit Thalia. We're going to visit Anastasia.
Oh, yeah, our friends.
And then we're staying over an extra night in Venice. And we've been to Venice before on a cruise ship, but we didn't get to spend time in Venice.
So we're going to stay at a resort.
What resort?
When we get off the cruise ship, we're staying at a resort, aren't we?
Well, we're staying at an airport hotel that has a pool. If you call that a resort, I guess that's the resort. But we're going to get to see Venice. We're going to get to see St. Mark's Square. Yeah. We're going to get to see the Venetian bridges and canals and gondolas and all of that. When we went the last time, we got to visit Burano and Murano, and we would visit the out islands from Venice.
That's right, Chris.
It was a Sunday morning, and the place was already overrun with people.
Right.
So we took a boat and we went out of town.
We did.
But we got to get
Snoop is the rep of the U.S.
Experience.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I just never expected him to be on the Olympics. I don't even know who they had last year. Femke Kok.
2 years ago. Watch your tongue.
That's her name, Femke Kok.
2 years ago was the Summer Olympics in Paris, and Snoop was there too.
I know.
Snoop is an Olympic nut like me.
Femke Kok.
Can you say it 14 more freaking times?
Femke Kok. Sorry, it's just a weird name. I've never seen that before.
The Chinese woman with the last name is K-O-K. So
we are looking forward to our 17-day Circle Japan cruise in 2027. Hey, now you're talking. 17-day. That's pretty cool. That's right. You were telling me that a while ago, Chris, that you were doing that. Just remember, Chris, eSIM.
Circle Japan.
eSIM. Make sure you have Google Translate. And make sure you take money before you go. Don't wait. Don't get the money over there. Get it from your bank before you go. What else am I missing? They don't have fancy apps like China does. Alipay, none of that. What else am I missing?
They have American plugs.
Yeah, they do. They'll have American plugs, so you don't have to worry about that.
If you're in the city area, people mostly speak English there, and the signs and menus.
But I will tell you this.
English.
What is that one area that we went through that was kind of risque?
Well, Shinjuku is not what it was 20 years ago.
Shinjuku is definitely not what it was 20 years ago. So if you're going through Shinjuku, just be careful. There are a lot of interesting people.
And it's not Japanese people that you have to worry about. No. It's other visitors that are there, foreigners.
Yeah, so just be careful.
Were there people from Africa?
From Nigeria,
mulling about in the neighborhood.
Yeah, just be careful.
Keep walking straight.
Yeah, definitely. But 17-day circle around Japan. That's the way to see it. I hope you guys get to see Mount Fuji, eat some authentic Japanese food at Mount Fuji.
They'll be at Ishigaki. You can send them to a restaurant.
Well, he could always just check out our website and pull up the plan and guides. Everything's all in our plan and guides.
On our website, you will find some sophisticated guides to get you doing a nice vacation like me.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we have a lot of exciting trips coming up. We've got, without giving out any details, because we're going to be talking more and more about the trip coming up, because now that Autobahn Adventure Travel has its own Facebook page, it's got its own Instagram page, we want to be able to, get people she's in first place. Holy crap.
Netherlands.
We want to attract more.
She's not Chinese at all. She's from the Netherlands.
I know. That's what I told you. But what kind of a name is that? Never mind.
I don't know. These chicks are kind of hot.
Hey! We want to attract more people to take the cruises that we do the adventures that we do. It's a lot of fun. We've already hosted one small group cruise, like real tiny. We took a couple with us. So every adventure that we're going on coming up is on our website. If you want to join us, you're welcome to join. But We are doing a cruise in June.
And we're doing another cruise in December.
And a cruise in December.
So we have 3 cruises lined up for this year.
We have one, two.
I think we're going to visit
3 land-based trips.
4 continents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have 3 cruises. We have 3 land-based, right?
Yeah.
And then I think we have room probably for one more somewhere in there. We're going to try to squeeze it in, but there's no guarantee.
Well, let's see.
Don't give it out.
No, I was thinking you were saying land-based.
Yeah, we have a land-based one in August.
Yes.
September and November.
Right. So we have 3 lined up.
September's still up in the air. We haven't decided what we're doing for September yet, but
we're not going on a cruise.
No, we're not doing a cruise. It's definitely going to be land-based.
Right.
Because we like to go on unique itineraries because we've been to so many places.
We're not up for the Caribbean.
No, we're not Caribbean people, and we don't do the same itineraries.
With the exception of the brand new ship World Asia in December.
That's different.
Which we're doing the Mediterranean Circle.
Right.
You have Marseille, France. You have Genoa, Italy. You have
I told you not to say anything, but okay.
Sicily, Malta, and Barcelona. And we've been to all of these places before. But we were there in the summer.
We were.
And this time we're going in December.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be cold.
Don't say anything else. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be Christmas markets.
You
guys are gonna be blown away when you see what we're gonna do. The next ship that's coming out will be World Atlantic, but we won't be able to go on that one in 27 because of the timing for when it's coming out. So in 27, we're gonna go back on.
Maybe later in 27.
We're gonna go back. No, 28. We can't go on World Atlantic until 28.
Why are you yelling in my ear?
Because I can. In 2027, we're going back on World Europa, and we're going to experience the same room as World Asia and World America.
Okay, now you're giving it away.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not giving it away.
Stop giving it away.
That's 2027. We're going back on World Europa. We're not saying anything else about 27. Good.
All right, so
we're not done yet.
Hold
up. We're not done yet. Wait. The latest and greatest update to the music room. I know in our last live video, we showed you guys what we were doing downstairs with Cliff. Well, we decided not to go that route. We're going to stay the same route that we've been. We're going to do some more fine-tuning to the piano downstairs. And we're going to do some fine-tuning to the one that's up here. The one that's up here will be painted like the Van Halen piano. That's at Mount Airy. That one definitely, no doubt. Numby, you two are pissers. So Numby is our American wire hair. She's 10 going on 11. And then you have Pumpkin Puss over here.
Boy.
He's 10 going on 11. She's 9 going on 10. Sorry, I had it backwards.
Mm-hmm.
And one of our friends had passed away.
Is she looking at her butt?
She is. One of our friends have passed away, so we were asked to take them in. See, she spoke.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about all the updates we've got. Sorry we haven't been on here. What we're going to be looking to do with the channel as we get more time is playing more piano songs for you guys and doing some more singing and stuff, because now that I'm connected to, as friend-wise goes,
what are you
Sean
doing?
Faust from the Bon Jovi Tribute Act, I want to play more. I miss it. So with that being said, excuse me.
Oh.
Let's see if I can do it.
Let's see if she can do it.
From up here.
All right.
Standing up.
The piano is back there.
You gonna sing?
Oh, the way Glenn Miller played. Guys like us, we had it made. Those were the days.
And you knew who you were then.
Girls were girls and men were men. Mister, we could use a man like Herbert Hoover again. Didn't need no welfare state. G.R.O. LaSalle ran great. Those were the days. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Tune in. Hopefully next Sunday we will have another show where you will see Lucia play your favorite song.
Yeah, I'm going to try to go live. There's no guarantee that if not, we're going to work on a piano video and we'll start belting out some covers. The only problem is that I can't belt the covers out on YouTube because I don't want to get copyright, which is a crack up. That's right, Chris. Those were the days. That's our ending track. So thank you all to everyone one of you that took the time to tune in tonight. And I hope you guys like the new streaming system. Hopefully,
say goodnight, Numby.
Hopefully, if this streaming system works well each time, I can finally cut the cord with Restream. Because I actually enjoy this. This is pretty cool. Good night, all. We'll see you next time. Same bad time, same bad channel.